Okay. I'm uniquely qualified for this particular rant, but it's more than a rant. It's not just complaining. It's not just get off my lawn, shut up, old Austin hippie, let it go, man. It's not just that. It is going to be a rant. It's going to be an explanation because I think it's needed. I think there needs to be some level of appreciation with an explanation what it's like to be from Austin and the reaction that you're going to get and hear. And I think it's also a plea for some understanding. It's like a group hug, kind of kumbaya. Maybe, just maybe once, you ought to reach your hand out to some of us. It's going to be a plea for that too. So most people don't understand us being longtime Austinites. I'm not even sure what long time means anymore. What's that, like 6 months? 2 years? What does long time even mean, right? I've given up on saying lifelong because there's 4 of us. There was 5, and he went to Costa Rica. So, long-time Austinites. So let me say this. First of all, you've got to cut us some slack, okay? I know most people don't want to pay attention. I know most people don't want to hear any complaining. I know you don't want to hear that shut up with your get off my lawn thing, but cut us some slack. We've been burned pretty much all the time. Everything gets ruined. Sorry, it does. So cut us some slack. Those of us that have been here a long time are rightly paranoid. We really are. I don't think we trust anybody, and we shouldn't. We're used to losing things that we know well. We're used to seeing stuff that we used to make fun of. We used to make fun of everything looking and sounding like Plano, saying, man, I'll never be there. I'd never live there. I don't want to be by a strip center. And so we're used to that stuff happening here now, so we've been kind of burned. Everything we used to make fun of and didn't like, we now see it right around the corner. So we've lost a lot. Okay? Don't just say the music stuff, which I made the comment the other day, isn't just shrinking, it's obliterated. We lose a lot. So we're paranoid. Okay, cut us some slack. We're paranoid for very good reason. We don't trust developers and we don't trust city government for pretty good reason. Just trust me when I tell you we've got a long time of getting burned that built up this paranoia. We've lost a lot. Many years ago, I was joking, just doing that Austin complaining guy thing that I'm pretty good at. And I was joking that one day Barton Springs would be a condo tower. I bet you I said it the first time. Who knows? Somebody listening may know. I don't know the first time I said it. Just making fun of the next strip center, the next condo tower, the next, whatever. Is going to go up, the next Bed Bath & Beyond, if that's even still with us. And I would joke that one day Barton Springs would be a condo tower. It's not so funny now, right? It's wait a second, Jeff, look out, we're getting kind of close. Yeah, I know. I tweeted that today. It used to be funny. It used to be the funny get off my lawn kind of moment. It's not such an absurd comment anymore. And you're still going to say, you're crazy, man. And I'm going to say back to you, no, you're crazy. There's nothing you won't leave alone. You'll concrete over anything and lie to us about it. So that's why we're paranoid. Okay, so what's going on here, Jeff? What is this whining about today, man? What is you West Austin goofballs? What are you whining about? What are you whining about today? I'm going to tell you. It's probably mostly paranoia. Most people are going to say, man, what's so wrong with fixing up Zilker Park? What's your problem? That's what you're saying back to me, right? What's your problem, man? What do you guys always complain about stuff? What's so wrong with, quote, fixing up Zilker Park? A lot of people are going to ask that. Most people would ask that. Let me answer. Okay? I'll tell you what is so wrong with reading. It's national news because everything that happens in Austin becomes national news, number one. And number two, it becomes really important news in Austin to those of us that care. So it is news. It is newsworthy. In fact, I first read about this in some national news site. That's how important and how Austin is always in focus. So the headline is, just about anywhere you look, Austin debates the future of Zilker Park. And you're going to say, well, hey, old man, what is your problem? So what is wrong with fixing up Zilker Park? I mean, come on, you guys, it's been the same for 100 years, man. I'll answer. Number one, we don't believe you. See, that's a problem. See, we don't believe you. I believe I tweeted out today that we got rid of the Zilker train. If you don't know what that is, that's a you problem. That's just wrong. At some point in your life, you need to ride the Zilker train. I have generations of kids. I'm a generation of a kid that rode the Zilker train. That is, I can't say un-American. That's just wrong not to ride the Zilker train. What I'm saying is we don't believe you. We just don't believe it. If you said we're going to fix it up a little bit, to us, that automatically means condo tower. Well, we're going to improve the landscape. Condo tower. Well, we're going to fix we're going to make some more trails. Condo tower. Sorry, we don't believe you. We believe you're going to screw it up and you're going to lie and it's going to look like some concrete. And sure enough, we start hearing about parking garages. It's supposed to be some grass, you morons. Leave it alone. Okay, so we don't believe you. That's problem number one. We just don't believe you. We don't believe the city. We don't believe a developer. We don't believe anybody. We don't really trust you either because, you know what? You screwed up the train. How do you screw up the train? The city and somebody screwed up the train. You screwed up my kid's train. How'd you do that? How can you screw that up? It's like the snow cone machine. Leave it alone. Got it? So we don't believe you. We don't trust you. And then the final part of what's wrong with fixing up Zilker Park is kind of the fundamental principle a lot of us fall back on. Leave it alone. Just leave some stuff alone. Just leave it. Well, but Jeff, it could be some nice flowers. Did you not hear it? Leave it alone. What hasn't changed in 45 years? That's exactly right. Because everything else has changed, we would like to think you'd leave it alone for once. Just leave something alone. If there's one piece of green grass left, could you just leave it alone? Please? Find something else. Because every time I joke and say the next thing you know, you're going to build a condo tower in Barton Springs, I'm thinking, did I just wake up and hear you're going to put parking garages? Are you kidding me? But Jeff, we have to park in the grass. Yes. Did you not hear me? Leave it alone. That's it. Well, but Jeff, you got to walk across it. Leave it alone. Just leave some stuff alone. Move on to the next one. You're going to have 10 more condo towers. Don't worry. You'll plow over something else tomorrow. It'll be Lions Municipal Golf Course will be gone in a week. Leave something alone just for once. I don't care how antiquated it is. I don't care how non-user friendly it is. I don't care if you could plant some more flowers or what are they saying? They're going to build some hills? Build some hills. There are hills. There's a giant rock in the middle of the park. Leave it alone. Just leave everything alone. That's it. See, that's why we're paranoid. I think that's what I tweeted today. What a creative tweet that was. Leave some stuff alone, says the ranting Austin guy. Yeah, here we go. Austin debates the future of Zilker Park. See, that by itself is pretty irritating. What do you mean the future of Zilker Park? That implies it may not have a future, which is the reason why some of us are paranoid, because nothing has a future here. Everything is a condo tower, including that really cold water right next to it. We don't trust you. The minute you say we're going to improve it is the minute it goes away. Do you need me to give you, 800 examples? A plan to remake the roughly 350-acre Zilker Park faces opposition from some neighbors and environmental groups. Can you blame them? The proposed Zilker Park Vision Plan includes bridges, parking lots, etc. Now, someone's going to read this, and I think there are probably plenty of, there are some well-intentioned people involved in this. And they're probably going to say, come on, let's fix it up. I'm looking at a picture right here. Doesn't this look nice and quaint? And it looks sort of designed and master planned. And look at that. Got some bridges and some concrete. Yeah, that's everything we're tired of. Like Zilker Park is for some weeds, some frisbees, laying around. That's it. It's old school. It's just an old park that's been there forever. Leave it alone. We don't trust you. As much as you think you can improve it and make it cooler and more user-friendly, and this way there'll be more strollers and more bridges and more connections. No, just don't. Oh, it'll happen. And then I'll joke again. That concrete is getting closer and closer and closer to Zilker Park. Not to Barton Springs. So there's the whiny answer. There's the complaining answer. You've got the reasons. Every time somebody looks and says, but we're going to make Zilker Park nicer and newer, we're saying we don't believe you, we don't trust you, and just please once leave it alone.
Jeff Ward, weekdays on 102.